What's going on, guys? Evan the Dark Souls enthusiast here, bringing you another Dark Souls gameplay commentary on the Xbox 360. This is going to be another installment of the Ellie series of videos, which is similar to a Let's Play, but not quite as complete, whereas I cut out and edit the parts I think are boring, and more importantly, this isn't recorded live, these are all post-commentaries. The live stuff will probably come at the end of the video cycle, but in any case, you'll see me equipping the Darkmoon Seance Ring, that way we can join the Blades of the Darkmoon and Anne Orlando. I'm pretty excited for this series of videos. It's only a 10-minute commentary, so it's not particularly long. But the reason I am excited for it is it will be the first time I actually feature some Dark Souls player versus player on this channel. Now, I should warn everybody up front, I am perhaps not the best Dark Souls PvP player in the world. I was much better at Demon Souls, but the two games haven't changed that dramatically. I just have not adjusted to having poison armor yet. I keep trying to hit stun people and them just walking right through it and killing me. And also, I'm just out of practice, but in any case, I'm still excited to be put on this channel. There's going to be a lot more Dark Souls PvP coming. I'm actually constructing numerous characters at once for that purpose. I feel like maybe that'll get the view count up, get some more of you guys interested, because as much as I think playing through the single player is interesting, I think some people would actually like to see some player versus player. So I'm going to show my 10 Darkmoon invasions, because when you join a covenant, you join the invading covenants, you'll get an item for successfully invading and killing another player, and I need at least 10 of those souvenirs of reprisal. That way I can level up the covenant to the rank I need to get +1 on the Darkmoon covenant for the Darkmoon talisman, which is really why I joined on this character. I don't intend to use Darkmoon Blade on Ellie. That's sort of a byproduct. I did want it for my miracle achievement, so you'll see me in my first invasion here. This is in Dark Anne Orlando. Now I should warn you, this isn't kiln duels. When you duel in the kiln, which is the area before the final boss of the game, people typically fight in a much more mannerly fashion. This isn't there, so here we are. I do not have the appropriate gear, nor am I the appropriate soul level at this point. I just decided I want to go ahead and try a little PvP, so oop, my phone just went off. I'm going to use Wrath of God liberally. Now, I should say up front, for those of you who aren't familiar with this, Wrath of God is kind of considered the new button of this game. It's the Type 95 of Modern Warfare 3, and it's the Nublet spell of Dark Souls, but it really is a tremendous advantage when you put your character into the Faith tree to have access to such a powerful spell. I don't think there's any point building a Faith character if you're not going to use the most powerful advantages of the stat, which unfortunately, Wrath of Gods is the most powerful stat, or most powerful ability available to Faith casters in player versus player, so that's why I went ahead and included it. You'll see me invading in the Forest here. The Forest is a great place to go if you just want to get a lot of invasions quickly. I don't really care if I win or lose. You'll see this guy is already battling other players, and I'm throwing Sunlight Spears and stuff like that. Like I said, these aren't the most mannerly duels. We are, of course, we're outside the kiln, so I do bow and I try to be a gracious player. I don't try to be like a jerk, but I'm not going to, treat this as if it's a perfectly balanced PvP experience. Now, I think in the distance you'll see another member of the Darkmoon. I'm not sure. I think I saw another Phantom of the Darkmoon. In any case, I'm trying to hunt down the host. Sometimes they've been known to summon players to help them, which is fine. When you invade, you can't summon help, nor can you flask. So if he summons phantoms to help him and stuff like that, it can be a big deal. Now, the enemies on the level will not hostile you. You can walk by any enemy and they'll not hostile you. They will hostile the host, though, the player you're invading, so at times, sometimes it's considered bad manner, but pulling mobs to help you is sometimes necessary if the host is summoning multiple phantoms to guard him. Also, he can use his Estus Flask while you cannot. If you are a phantom invading, the only two ways to heal are to pop a humanity, which you're still allowed to do, or if you have miracle heals like I do, you can heal that way. I think my ally there is walking around with the Drake Sword. That's never a good sign. But the Drake Sword, while a great weapon early game, is pretty much off on PvP. I don't have my Faith high enough to use my Divine S-Stock, so I'm actually using a +5 Lightning Shotel I made just for some quick PvP. The Shotel's cool. It doesn't have a whole lot of reach, and it's not really particularly great for hit stunning, but it's R2 attack, it's heavy attack. I guess on Xbox it's right trigger. Its hard attack actually does full damage through shields. Its R1 does not, but it's soft attack. Its right bumper attack does not go through shields. And I'm not sure what happened to the host there. I considered editing this one out, but due to the fact... Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're still here. That was my Phantom buddy with the Drake Sword that got taken out. Well, that's not surprising. Sorry, I recorded these a while ago, and I'm just now uploading them. I'm pretty excited to have them, though, if you can't tell. But But yes, Shodel, the R2 attack, see, he's summoning a Phantom. He's summoning help, a white Phantom to guard him, and that's fine. It's the advantage of being the host, but once you start summoning Phantoms, I'm going to Wrath spam you. I'm going to do everything I can to beat you, because once it's not a 1v1 fight anymore, I think any semblance of honor is gone. I've actually gotten much better at PvP since these first 10 invasions I'm going to be uploading. And I'll upload some of those too so you guys can see it. I am progressing, I am learning, I'm getting better. I try not to backstab fish. PvP in this game is sort of very common to try to get backstabs because players have a lot of life and it can be hard to actually kill people unless you have backstabs. And backstabs do a ton of damage just like they do on regular monsters. But I try not to backstab fish, and yes, I do know how to lag stab. This game is, much like Modern Warfare 3, not hosted on a dedicated server because when Bandai localized the game, they did sort of a split server, peer-to-peer thing instead of like a good dedicated server like they have in Japan or on the Japan PlayStation 3. But regardless, I still enjoy it. And this person summoning a Phantom, normally I was going to bow and see if he wanted to do the same, but the minute he started summoning a Phantom, I decided that it was time to engage. Like I said, if you're going to summon help, I'm not going to be a nice guy. Of course, you'll notice all these people are somewhat prepared to PvP. They all have the Darkwood Grain Ring, which is a big help. I'm trying to land Shodel hits. I should be far more aggressive. In these early PvP builds, I'm always afraid, like, I'll try to basically, like, blast them with my Shodel and they'll open me up. But unless they have a huge weapon, they'll probably be fine. Of course, you can see how strong Wrath of Gods is. I actually am wearing the Dust Crown to increase my miracles by, I think, 20 or 30%. And doesn't matter. The helmet increases miracle power, and I believe I'm wearing the ring that also increases miracle power because I'm not using Hornet's Ring. For those of you that don't know, Hornet's Ring is another strong player versus player ring that doubles your backstab damage, but since I don't actually try to fish for backstabs, or I try to minimize it, I don't wear it. I think backstabs are the best way to win PvP. For those of you that don't know how to lag stab, basically you want to run at their shoulder. You lock on target, then you run at their shoulder with their weapon, the side with their weapon, and you want to just try to basically sprint at them as fast as you can and run behind them and backstab them. It sounds simple, but it takes a little bit of practice, although it's honestly not hard. This guy, of course, has a catalyst. He has a big sword and a catalyst. He's shooting soul spears at me, so I'm considering using Valve Silence, which is basically silence from the Final Fantasy series. Those are called soul arrows. They hurt pretty bad. That was a bad time to heal. Miracle heals take a long time to pop, so you either need to go hide or wait until the host retreats to heal or something like that. You have to find an opening. After if you can backstab your opponent and you need to heal really bad, sometimes you can backstab and then just run away. I'm getting my Wrath of God spam ready. He's using the Moonlight Greatsword, so he's a caster. He might actually be built for PvP because you usually don't hang out in the forest unless you're trying to PvP. And having the Moonlight Greatsword and you're just passing through the forest, unlikely. Most people do Sif before they do Crystal Caves, but I guess it's impossible to generalize. People can play the game in any order they want. I should, switch to two-hand more, and I should be far more aggressive. I'm being very defensive right now, but like I said, I was still learning, getting back in the groove of PvP, and playing defensively will keep you alive. You may not win, but you'll stay alive, which is great. Of course, what happened to that guy was he went in for his attack. He went in to hard attack me with, his right bumper, his heavy attack on his Moonlight Greatsword, which throws beams, and then he came in and tried to R1 spam me, just light attack spam me into hit stun and kill me, but when he tried to do that, I just wrathed him in the face, and he didn't have any defense up, so it floored him, and when he stood up, I just wrathed him again. If you mash roll and you have a Darkwood Grain Ring, you can often get out of Wrath of Gods. In fact, you can roll through Wraths. And you'll see, now this time I'm in the forest. I'm just killing these guys for some levels. And I'm spamming my orb right now to try to invade somebody, so the trick with doing this is when you're trying to level while you invade people, which is why the forest is a nice place, there's sort of the disadvantage of everything you use before you invade, you don't get replenished. So it's not you get full life and flasks and whatever when you invade, not that you can use the flasks anyway. Whatever you use, like any spells you burn through, that's that. And this guy's summoning a Phantom, so I decide I'm not really going to wait for that. Once again, just trying to bow and be the honorable guy, but if you're summoning help, I'm just going to kill you. So, some little unexcited quick PvP wins. These aren't edited. I actually won my first 5 in a row, but there are some losses coming because, I'm not like a beast at PvP. I've lost plenty of PvP matches. Anyway, guys, that's the first set of 10. First set of 5, rather. More will be coming. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next installment of the series.